Hello everyone and welcome back to Vitruvian Art. Today I have a review for you for the Tombow Irojiten pencils. Now I only have a cat crying at me, but I only have the set of volume 7, 8, and 9. So I have the fluorescent ones, I have the very pale ones, and I have the dull tone. And they're fabulous, guys. There's a lot of colors in here that are absolutely just unparalleled with my full set of Poychromos. There may be a few more in the Prismacolor that are actually more similar in color, but I don't have those. I only have the smaller 72, 76 set, whatever it is, of Prismacolors, and I don't think the Prismacolors are a very good look as far as comparing the pencils themselves. Not the colors, but the pencils themselves. So, let's get started. The color sheet that I did, because of course I have to swatch out everything to show myself everything like a map, is here. And these are the fluorescent colors, and they are gorgeous. Of course, I have to complain because there's no blue. I don't understand. Why can't there be any fluorescent blue? Nobody has ever done this for me. I don't understand why. Somebody needs to make me a whole set of fluorescent blues. That's just, they have to. So, that's my complaint here. Anyway, going on. These are the very pale tones, and I picked out a couple of them to show you as close as I could get with my Poychromos. And I also have one from up here, and I have one from down here to show you that, and those were the closest matches that I could honestly get with my polys. So, these are the very dull tones, and it's almost like they're just duller. They're a little bit less saturated in color. When you put them up next to a scribble of a Poychromo, it's just the boldness of the color in the Poychromos is what comes across so much. But that is the beauty of these pencils, is that they just don't have those same matches in Poychromos, because Poychromos are just so incredibly vibrant and intense. And these give you a great range of colors that Poychromos don't have. So, let us go forth and continue on. I did these and this with the Tombows. And as you can see, that was kind of as dark as it could get, honestly. The purple in here is hydrangea blue, I believe. And this purple in here is as dark as it gets. It just doesn't have a lot of depth or darkness to it, which is good. I like it. It's beautiful. The lightness of the pink, I think this is cameo pink. It's either cameo pink or almond blossom. By the way, I love the names of these things. Like, they're so cool. And then I used J Blue and one other. Horizon Blue. Yeah. J Blue, Horizon Blue, and that one I think is cameo pink and hydrangea blue. And so it's just lovely. The light and how airy these colors are is just gorgeous. So I used fluorescent colors inside of these. Excuse me. I used some of the duller tones for doing the rest of the gem, and then around the edges for the shadowing of it, I used dull tones, and I think these came out just beautiful. They're just so very delicate, and I really, really like that. It's different from my polys. My polys are just so very in your face, which, believe me, is very much like me, so I like those. Alright, so I have, that I picked out, I was trying to get decent matches. This one is from the Dull Tones, and this is Cedar Wood. As you can see, they are very pigmented. They lay down very well. If you are used to polys or prismas, then you will note that these are harder than polys. They are a little bit scratchier. They're not nearly as buttery. Sorry, my cat's making noises like he's gonna throw up. So they're not nearly as buttery as polys are, but they just have such great range of colors, and they're just different. Like, this is Venetian red, and so these are, this is of course a Poychromos, and that's the closest match I could get with these. And as you can see, it's just like if you took this and just took away a little bit of the vibrancy, and that's where you're at, which is why one of the reasons is the dull tone. I love that about it. Okay, so that's to show you that one. And then I have this one. This one is called Cascade, and they do have lots of pigment in them. The pigment's just so light. I love it. Okay, so we're going from dark over here, like pushing really, really hard, and then getting lighter. And the closest you can get to that in polys, like, is the light cobalt turquoise, and it's not a match, like, at all, because of how dark you can go with these. And then you can go light, and obviously even the color is off. Like, we don't have like a real sea foamy, super light color in the polys. So that's as close as it was. But again, you can see that, like, even going as dark as I can with the Cascade, it's just so light. Polys, I love them, but we don't have those super, super light colors. This is Cameo Pink, and it is just the prettiest little pink ever. And this is going as dark as I can over here. And then getting lighter. Trying to get a nice, even blend for you there. They are a little bit dusty. I did notice that when you push really hard. They are a little bit dusty, but that's okay. And then this is, of course, light magenta from the polys. And you can see that, I mean, like, even our lightest magenta color is still just way, way darker. Way darker. So when you get over here, it's a little bit better, but I mean, I'm like barely touching the paper in order to get that. And I can go really, really hard with it over here and still get this. Okay? Okay. And then this one is the darkest yellow in the fluorescence, and it's Firefly Yellow. And it is gorgeous. And this is probably one of their most darkest colors in the fluorescence, for sure. And then I used light chrome yellow. Probably could have gone one or two lighter in the polys, but that's okay. Still get the point. You still see the difference. There's just a pop that's just not there with these. So there you go. One of the things I did want to point out is the Irojiten's Irojitens, yeah, Irojiten, yeah, okay, are harder than Poychromos. I did do a whole bunch of other coloring with them, and if you have hand problems, or if coloring for too long of a time like fatigues your hands, these might not be your greatest buy because it's gonna wear your hands out real quick. Even if I color for too long with Poychromos, my hands will get tired. So these are harder than polys for sure, which means they're a far cry from Prismas, because Prismas are just so incredibly soft. However, these hold an amazing point. They do put down plenty of pigment, and they are fantastic. They blend gorgeously, and I'm looking for my sharpener. There it is. Okay. So, excuse me. But here is my point, and it's just lovely. And this is the Cascade again. You can see that the tip will crumble a little bit because it makes the little powders, but that's it. I mean, that was it. It wore down the tiny point, but that's it. I mean, if I push, I mean, like, really hard, I can break it. See? But I was pushing really hard, and I shouldn't have done that. So, just sharpen it back up. I'm using a Stadler handheld pencil sharpener on these. I like Stadler products. I think they make very nice products. I'm not a huge fan of their colored pencils, but their fine liners, their erasers, their sharpeners are just all absolutely fantastic. So, you can blend these like a dream, by the way. Like, we're making purple, basically. I don't know how well you can see that because it is so light, but I mean, there's like almost no white spaces, and it's just like clear tone, and it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. Do that with polys. Bet you we can. If you get real light with the polys, you can do the same thing. It's just a lot clearer to see because of how dark these are comparatively. But you can just see we can turn this into purple, which is pretty awesome. So, there we go. I'm trying to think of some other things. They sharpen great, super blendable. They have a lot of pigment, hold a point. They're really just, they glide on gorgeously. Layering. They do layer. They do not layer as many times as polys will. Or Prismas for that matter. I think that's because of how hard they are, is they get into the grooves of the paper really, really well. I use cardstock. I love using cardstock. But even just going over this, there's not a ton of, like, those, because of how hard the leads are, there's not a ton of white space already. Whereas if you did that with a Prismacolor, you see a whole bunch of white space because of how soft they are, and because they go on top very easily unless it's really, really, really well sharpened and you just go over it a whole bunch. So they do layer, and they do layer well, but not nearly as well as any of the others. They don't take nearly as many layers. See, there you can already see that it's starting to resist any more layers. Yep, that's... When it starts to do that, yeah, I can feel it. Like, there's nothing going on to that paper anymore. Like, that was it. And I wasn't pushing hard or anything. Like, that was the amount of layers you get. That's it. That's all. Whereas polys will layer and layer and layer forever. Prismas, you will get, like, I mean, you can get like 7-8 layers out of Prismas if you really want to. So these are not the greatest for layering, but they are beautiful and they have amazing colors. So it's kind of up to you as to what you want. Again, if you're wanting like fluorescent colors and just the super light airiness of them, they are fantastic. And I've really, really enjoyed just playing with them this past weekend. So if you're into them, definitely check them out and get some for yourself. They are really great pencils to add to your repertoire if you want just more color advantages, I guess. And you can absolutely use these and get some great. I actually did not use them with, like, in conjunction with polys, but I would imagine they would work okay. And the poly goes over them, of course. I didn't really think it wouldn't. Let's just see how well they play with others. It's weird, actually, to have something that's actually harder than poly, since Poychromos are, like, my hardest pencil. But I do like hard pencils, so there's that. I'm just kind of trying to see how these will blend together. You seem to do okay. I mean, they don't blend the greatest, but they do layer, which is good, with each other. So if you wanted to use them along with your polys, you could definitely do that. This is good to know. Ooh, one of those things we need to know about. How well do these things erase? That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. So, yeah, they erase alright. I mean, it takes a little bit of work, but that's pretty good. That one's polys and that. Excuse me, goodness. Good to know, good to know. Alright, well, that is the Tombow Irojitens. And again, here are those colors. They are just gorgeous. Gorgeous colors. And can really put some pop or some delicacy into your colorings if you want them to. And I hope that you enjoyed this and that you go forth and collect them if they would benefit you. If not, then find something softer. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!